Hey everybody, CSA Armistead here, your friendly neighborhood build order pedant. So what I'm going to be bringing to you today is a Pocket Scouts build order. So the goal of this is to get you to feudal with a 22 pop time and allow you to make 7 scouts, or allow you to make 6 scouts for a total of 7. Plan your map, wall it if possible, and support your flanks in getting into the one of the enemy flanks economy and giving your team an advantage. So that's the true benefit to this over a fast castle, is that you can potentially be 2v1 against one of the flanks while the other pocket is maybe doing a castle age sort of thing. And if you wall your base and all of that, you're going to have a nice team advantage. And the other important thing, of course, is that you are doing not only the Dark Age build correctly with this Scouts build, but also optimal Feudal Age resource allocation as well. Because if you are pocket and you get stuck in Feudal Age for too long, you're really not doing your team much of a service. So the goal here is to get to Castle Age after making 6 Scouts in a time under 20 minutes. Okay, and if you do that right, your economy is going to be really strong by the time you reach castle, so you're going to be able to pump knights from 2 stables, you're going to be able to make 2 additional town centers, and your boom's going to be really, really strong. But it's important to manage your feudal age economy in a way that positions you to get up to castle age at that time. So I'm going to be walking through not only the Dark Age build order, but also the feudal age thing, and it's part art, part science. I'm sure there's a true perfect build for it. I don't know it, but I'm going to get you pretty close. So I'm going to do this on fast speed with Saracens because they have no eco bonus. I'm not going to use the market. I'm also not going to use deer or anything like that. So it's going to be berries, 8 sheep, 2 boar. So it should be reproducible for you guys almost every time. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, we have early sheep, that's nice. So I'm gonna scout with them. Okay, so the early part of this build is pretty straightforward. I mean, so far it looks like we have a decent map. However, I see that the gold is forward, so that's kind of ugly. We'll see what we can do about that. So it's going to be 6 on food, followed by 3 on wood, and then getting your boars and that kind of stuff. Okay, so just kind of scouting around with my sheep. A little bit of a gap in the villager production, it's okay. Want to make sure that before I leave my base, I have found 2 golds, or sorry, 3 golds, 2 stones. Okay, so all of my golds are forward, so my map is wallable up here, so I can defend that part, but the rest of it's going to be tricky. I'm going to take the boar that's more forward, just because that's the bigger risk. Okay, I'm going to get my sheep out of the way, and the plan here is to arrive here right around the time that my sheep runs out, so it looks like I might be a little bit early here. That's alright. Okay, so that was a little bit tricky. Hopefully you don't have to endure that yourselves. But it happens from time to time, so it's just a matter of being able to sort of control your units, and if you wind up killing your boar further out, it's not the end of the world, but it makes it tougher to drop food like that. Okay, so just looking back at our build order here, 3 on wood, gonna be 4 on berries, sometimes it's a little bit tough when you're talking and playing on fast speed, but hopefully... He's arriving on time. That's okay. Okay, so a lot was happening there clearly, but boar arrived more or less on time. Alright, so once you hit pop 18, one villager is going to go, or the 18th villager is going to go build a house, and then you're going to start sending to wood. And looking here, just make sure that the villagers don't get trapped. Okay. I think I'm gonna build another lumber camp here, so your goal is gonna be 5 on one lumber camp and 5 on the next. You're also gonna want to build 2 farms. You won't have to do this if you won't have to do this if you have a deer, but and I'm gonna uh-oh. I'm gonna lose my scout. Okay. So alright, so I have 3 on this lumber camp, and I want 5. Okay. So I'm gonna pause it here for a second. So what we're looking at now is, now that I've clicked feudal age, the goal is to have 5 villagers on one lumber camp, and then you're going to have 3 on another, and you're going to move 2 more over. Now is a pretty good time to kind of take some stock of what your map looks like. So, I mean, this map is actually really ugly. We have all these resources forward here. This is going to be super difficult to wall. And it's kind of one of the reasons actually why doing a fast castle on this particular map would be very tricky anyways, because if your opponent goes scouts, you're going to be really behind because they're going to hit your gold or something like that, and you're going to be in big trouble. So one thing that we can do is we can make a bit of a wall around here, and we can make a bit of a wall here, and that is one way that we're going to be able to protect our map. So we might take this gold first. So anyways, I'm up with 22 pop, 10 villagers on wood now that I'm moving 2 more over. So 5 on one lumber camp, 5 on another. I'm going to have 2 farmers, 4 berry villagers, 1 scout, and then the rest are on food. So that'll be 5 villagers on sheep right now. Okay. I will probably also take one of these villagers off sheep to, or I'm definitely going to do that to build my barracks. And so we're going to launch it again here. I'm going to move 2 of these guys over here. Okay. Usually you want to make your barracks towards your gold, especially if the gold is forward. I am going to get going on my walls here. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh, I got him. Okay, I'm gonna get the... So, and you'll notice that, aside from this villager, I'm gonna just be keeping my 10 on wood. I'm also going to get both the economy upgrades. And I'm just going to keep making my farms. Okay. And I'm making my houses. So every time that my wood goes to 60, I'm going to make more farms. Keep my scouts in production. Where am I at here? I'm at 4 scouts. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and we are just about at the point where we are fully walled. I'm actually going to put one more on berries. I probably could have done this with the very first villager that came out in feudal, so that's fine. So I'm going to do one more scout here. I'm going to keep making my villagers. Actually, I'm going to place that with the lumber camp. So I have my 7 scouts. I mean, I could be going and helping the pocket somewhere. I'm going to put this guy on. So around pop 38, 39, right when your berries are starting to run out, I'll start going to lumber. And then I've taken a couple off, or taken one off of berries and put them on farms. And now I'm going to have one guy for gold and 3 on berries. When these run out, they're going to go to gold. So I'm going to have 5 on gold. Oh. So it was nice to run into that. Alright, I know that I'm fully walled now. Well, I actually have... Well, I'm not fully walled. How did he get in? Not sure how he got in. I actually have 1 too many, or 2 too many on... Whoop, not paying attention. So I'm not sure how this spearman got into my base. Doesn't seem like there's any openings, so that's concerning. From what I can tell, he teleported in. So we're going to have 9 on gold in the end as well. So we actually should be able to go up. So we clicked at 1750. That might get us there just around 20 minutes, maybe a little bit later. So I need to go 1 more onto gold for a total of 9. I can maybe move a villager over here. So I lost all my scouts, but I have a strong economy. I know that much. And I will make a stable here. I'm going to get my gold mining upgrade. We're going to do our best to keep the enemy out. Whoop. But it is the barbarian AI, so... If I wind up being unable to keep him out, it could get tricky, but... Okay, so now we can make town centers, which is going to be very important. And we're going to get the wood upgrade. I guess here, I mean, in an ideal world we'd have gold that we could make a town center on, but this is terrible gold. So just going to keep... So now we have our knights. We're up at around 20 minutes. We have economy upgrades. We have basically everything we need. I'm going to keep our 9 on gold. I like using multi-queue for my town centers. we're gonna go. And so the goal here now is going to just be whenever we have free wood or spare wood, we're gonna make farms. Okay, so I set all my town centers to hotkey 4. We're taking out some enemy units here. We are going to run out of top space real quick here, so let's make some houses. But, you know, we are now way ahead of the game. Make another lumber camp here. Yeah, so we're in pretty good shape. So we got a heck of a boom going right now. We timed our castle age almost perfectly. We're not going to take any bad fights. We're just going to... You know, now's actually a good time to get the upgrade for farms, because that plays a big role. Okay, and we're just going to get the hell out of there. We're going to keep making knights, we're going to keep booming. We're going to make farms whenever we possibly can. Pick off some villagers here. Might finish some of these houses. Actually, now's a good time to maybe get on some stone here, so because we're eventually going to need to castle this area. And I have way too much wood now, so let's... One of the drawbacks to having such a strong boom. Alright, maybe make a monastery here. Let's get the gold upgrade, or sorry, the stone upgrade. So, alright, so we've managed to cut down big time on the amount of wood that we were stockpiling there. We can get this upgrade if we want to. Oh, now we're floating wood again. This is where +2 is really important. Just dance around for a bit. Doesn't seem like he has ballistics or anything. Okay, so we need gold pretty badly now. And we have a ton of wood. Let's get on this gold here. Even at that 4th town center. Alright, so now's a good time to get our other required military buildings here. Alright, let's just get a castle up here as quickly as we can. Alright, and I could quit the game right now, just because I feel like I've done what I needed to do. Like, I wanted to show you what the strategy is, but now we're at a spot where it's actually kind of fun. Let's see if I can get it. So the other thing that we're going to keep in mind here is that we are Saracens, and we're going to be able to make a bunch of. We can't make knights. But we can go up. Oh, sorry, we can't make cavalier rather. But we can go up. So let's get those upgrades here. So we have 4 town centers. We're booming pretty well. I'm going to scout the rest of my map here. Okay. I'm gonna set these to 5 now, and I can just use multi-queue. Okay, this is now a good time to find some additional gold, perhaps. Oh, I got some knights over here. Oh, found ourselves some gold, didn't we? Okay, so what now? We have archers coming out of everywhere. They're gonna be. I actually don't want to waste them just yet, because they're gonna be arbalists very soon. And don't forget to keep booming. Okay, so now we got arbalists. Soon chemistry is gonna be done. So just look at how strong our economy is, and you couldn't have really done this very well with just a pure fast castle. So see all my town centers are set to, for me, hotkey 4, so I don't even have to. I can just press 4 and I can spam this button. I'm actually gonna stop creating villagers. I will get the upgrades though. So I have all the upgrades. That's a very computer type thing to do. Okay, just making sure that my economy is in good shape here. So I've got 7 archery ranges that I'm pumping from. Am I full upgraded? I am full upgraded. Okay, so shit's getting intense though, isn't it? Let's try to keep pushing forward. Let's keep pushing forward here. Make castles. I'm just gonna cover golds and things like that. So it's gonna be a hard army for him to beat. We can get siege engineers to give our bombard cannons a bit more range. And we can start just continually moving forward with buildings and with army. So we're top limit here. Don't want to waste my siege. Just gonna keep taking this hill here. Okay, so rams will be coming in handy here. So, even though our push got slowed a little bit because the other guy cheats, it's actually still okay because he's gonna have a hard time breaking through everything here. At least I hope. Just keep your economy flooding, essentially. Make some farms. Get hoardings. We can do things to just give ourselves, buy ourselves time. Okay, so we're just gonna pull back a little bit. You're enjoying gold in the same spot. Just keep our idols down. So he's gonna have a very, very difficult time taking out my base here. And I know this has gone a little bit beyond the actual build, so I mean you can stop watching this if you want to. Oh, I do get siege rams. Kind of forgot that. Okay. So now we're really in the driver's seat now. It wasn't from doing any insane or crazy micro. Just capturing map control. And I would say that, you know, I mean, I don't know exactly if the AI is cheating here. I think it is a little bit, but I mean, this AI is playing at easily 1900 level. And we are taking it to him. We had a really strong economy the whole time. Castles are down. Things are looking good. So we're just going to continue capturing pieces of the map. I'm going to look for idle military units. So he's going to resign in a second, which is about 10 minutes too late, but So that's how you do it. So I'll go over just kind of a recap of the feudal part.
Yes.
Alright, so I guess the takeaways there are this was a bad map. You know, my stones and my golds were all clumped in one spot. There really wasn't a good way to town center that main gold, so I took the one that was less risky. And I made my 7 scouts. I did a little bit of attacking with them. I didn't micro them too much. So the goal here is going to be, again, maybe take out your notepad or something like that. The build order in Dark Age is 6 on sheep, 3 on wood, get a boar, 1 more on sheep/boar, 4 on berries, get your next boar when you can. Pop 17 goes and builds a house, and from 18 to 22 you're on wood. Once you have the food to go feudal age, I mean, you get loom, of course, and I should say, if you get loom early on, you will not be able to pull off this build, because every villager that you make before getting loom is going to mean more resources early on, and you need those resources early. So being able to pull off this build without loom is important. If you can't do that, then you might be better off going 23 pop. If you do a loom at, like, villager 12 or something like that. I think with practice you don't need that. Anyways, so you're gonna go up for 22 pop. The moment you click the feudal button, take 2 villagers off of your sheep and put them on wood, because your goal is going to be to have 10 villagers on wood as early into the feudal transition as possible. And 10 villagers on wood is kind of the secret formula there, because it's going to allow you to consistently make farms. It's going to allow you to, generate the food that you need to be able to create scouts and villagers consistently. And then after that, you should have maybe 5 on berries. So your first villager out of in feudal age should go on to berries, and you're going to use your berries as kind of a cue for when you should start getting on gold. Right when they're starting to run out is when you should take those villagers off, put them on gold, and when you do that, it's a pretty good time actually to click wheelbarrow, because 5 on gold gathering for the entire time that wheelbarrow is researching should put you at the 200 gold you need to click up. And if you do it right, that should also, like, when wheelbarrow finishes, that should be close to the time where you have your 800 food. So that's kind of the clean scouts build. And as you saw here, I was able to not only pump consistently from 2 stables against a pretty well formulated attack by this barbarian guy, but also lay down 2 town centers and boom very consistently with it. And I just kept playing because the game was interesting, and I thought might be entertaining for you to watch it. But and I suppose the imp transition as well might be informative. But the goal here was to show you just the up until Castle Age part. So hopefully you found it interesting. If you have any questions, comments, want to see something different, let me know, and I'll make another video. Okay? Thanks a lot.